Well, hello there and good day. Thank you for joining me. I am Frost PvP, and today we're going to talk about some mod types I'm looking forward to hopefully experiencing with the release of Brigandine Legend of Runerzia on Steam on May 11th, 2022. We're going to sort of categorize the various mod types that I'm really hoping to see, and if I forget or didn't consider something, feel free to leave a comment. That said, a quick word about modding. It is hard, even for games which are relatively mod-friendly like Paradox Studios games. About the furthest I've ever gotten is changing scripts around in Civilization 2 and Command & Conquer Red Alert, and even that was truly difficult on a younger me. Even the so-called simple stuff involves reading through the entire game code and making changes, which may or may not be easy to do, depending on the way Happynet chooses to release the game. I am sure that Aurovolos, the author of CrossMod, would agree. With that in mind, let's jump in. First up, we have bug fixes. Remember 2 years ago when I ran the Shinobi campaign that I recently restarted and I cast React on the unit and then saved the game, and it forgot I'd reacted the unit? Well, that's an example of a bug I don't think I ever saw fixed in the scarce patch notes since the game's release. These are relatively little things that can be done to tweak how the game performs and make it work correctly. Or at least they're mostly relatively easy. The next category I'd like to see is at least one mod which tweaks some of the game numbers to be more like Grand Edition or Legend of Frosina were. One example of a theoretically easy mod in this direction would be to change the hex range on the Protect spell from 3 to 4, which is in keeping with Grand Edition's range. But this could go as far as giving grapplers the hit and run ability like they had in GE. It could even mean giving first tier mages their Geno spells back. Many of these changes are just switching code for abilities around, and should be somewhat easy for an experienced modder to add. Third up is my personal favorite, a takeoff on Grand Edition's CrossMod by Aurovolos. He's described this design philosophy as Brigandine on steroids, and it shows. I'm imagining something like increasing the range on certain knight abilities beyond what they already are, or giving regular centaurs a 3 hex shot while giving high centaurs a 4 hex one, with corresponding increase in the archer class. We're still mostly talking about changing code around from place to place, and we're not adding anything necessarily new yet, we're just pumping those numbers up. Except maybe on Rudo. Let's add new stuff now. Fourth on my little list are full-blown additions to the game. If the code allows for it, I'd love to see some additional units added to the game. What could they be? I have no idea. And as far as magic spells go, maybe new ideas can be brought in. At this point though, we're talking about adding both visual and audio effects, possibly including voice lines, as well as customizing code. That almost assuredly means that this is a more than one person job, unless a mod designer is going to do code, audio, and visual content all by themselves. It's not impossible, but it's extremely taxing. Finally on our list, we have things in the realm of total conversion of the game. For example, adding an entire nation or even an entire continent's worth of content. Or hell, just making the game take place in a different continent than Runerzia. Of course, now we're talking about adding totally new units, maps, landmasses, and more. This is the holy grail of Brigandine modding, and to my knowledge has never been done. But when you look at mods for other games such as the Game of Thrones mods I've played for Crusader Kings 2, you know it can't be impossible either. It's very difficult and very taxing. I am deliberately leaving multiplayer off this list. That's not because I wouldn't want to see it, but rather because it goes so far beyond what the game in front of us presents us with, that it's hard to imagine anyone ever pulling it off for such a relatively niche game. Maybe if the Steam release hits it big, maybe some expert programmers can get together and add that, but from where I'm sitting, it seems so far out of the realm of possibility as to be something not worth hoping for in terms of what mods we can expect to see from the game. So hey, did I miss a category you might be thinking of? If I did, like I said at the start, feel free to leave a comment. Got ideas for a mod you'd like to see? Leave a comment. All roads pretty much lead to leave a comment. With that said, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, please hit the like, share, subscribe, friend, follow, whatever buttons really does help the channel grow. It lets me know what you're watching so I can keep making more of it, and I really do appreciate the support from the very bottom of my heart. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Discord, all of those good things. Links are in the description down below. There's a whole Brigandine community out there just waiting for you to join. We've got an engine subreddit, Discord, and Wiki open for newcomers. Links are in the description down below. Join up. Thank you all again for joining me, and as always on this channel, pieces.